It's good to be in the islands, be in the islands, be in the islands. It's so good to be in the islands. Always good to be in the islands, 102.9.
This is Inspiration with Keith on Island. This is Inspiration with Keith on Island FM 102.9, islandfmonline.com. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. No matter where in the world you may be, what part of the planet in which you may reside. We're bringing a slice of the Bahamas to you live right here downtown Dowsell Street out of the Island FM studio. In studio with me this morning, I have Mr. J, a gospel artist who does a lot of reggae, a lot of dancehall music, and his music focuses a lot on social issues. You may know him from songs like Stop Drinking Rum or What's Going On or I'm a Virgin. Yeah, so he's here in studio and we have a brand new song, man, that we're premiering on Inspiration with Keith this morning, and it's actually tied with a national issue over Vat taxation here in the Bahamas. So, hey, what's up, Mr. J? Good morning. Welcome back to Inspiration with Keith.
We don't want no VAT. No, we don't want no, we don't want no VAT. We don't want no VAT. Get back with that VAT. We don't want no VAT. No, we don't want no VAT. We don't want no VAT. We don't want no VAT. Go tell the IMF that. Isaiah 10:1-3 says this. Woe to those who enact evil statutes, and to those who constantly record unjust decisions, so as to deprive the needy of justice and rob the poor of my people of their rights, so that widows may be their spoil, and that they may plunder the orphans. Now, what will you do in the day of punishment, and in the devastation which will come from far? To whom will you flee for help? And where will you leave your wealth? Morning, Keith.
Good morning.
And good morning, Bahamas.
Yeah.
We're about to head into a territory and destination of failure.
Okay.
As we have seen in some of the Caribbean islands that have implemented the VAT.
Okay.
And the Bahamas will be no different from those other islands, because the VAT by nature, it causes the cost of living to increase.
Yeah.
And at such a rough time that we're experiencing in our country, unemployment being high. I was reading in the newspaper article just yesterday where First Caribbean is saying that they have to at least by 10% reduce staff. They have 3,500, which means that 350 persons will be laid off. I don't know exactly when it's going to take place, but that is part of their agenda.
Okay, as a result of the proposed VAT?
No,
or
not as. I don't think it's a result of the proposed VAT, but it's a cost reduction program that they're implementing.
Okay.
And, it's always about the bottom line.
Yeah.
And that's the dollars.
Okay.
And, you get your little package. You better be prudent with it and what you do with it. But as far as we're concerned, the bottom line is more important to us.
Yeah.
So you guys are not really all that.
Yeah. Okay. One thing, before we get too much further, I just got, you came on, you quoted a scripture from Isaiah, right? And you really spoke about evil systems and stuff, okay? You said evil, okay? Not restrictive or economically damaging. You said evil.
That's what God says.
Bro,
evil.
You called it, you how could you call it evil? I mean, what is it about VAT that makes you say that? Out of all the scriptures in the Bible, you chose to quote that scripture out of the Bible. That was Isaiah. What was that? Isaiah chapter
10.
Chapter
verse
10.
1 and 3.
Verse 1 and 3.
Right. 1 to 3.
Evil.
Okay. A lot of persons out there may be wondering, what is VAT?
Yeah.
VAT. They may have heard about it, but don't know what the acronym stands for.
Right.
They may have heard about it, but don't know what in the world is it, where it came from. It seems like something mysterious from outer space.
Yeah.
But it's not something mysterious from outer space. It's
Right.
from out of the imagination
Uh-huh.
of a human being
Okay.
back in 1920, a German businessman.
Really?
Yes.
Okay. What was his? You have his name on by any chance?
Some Brook, I don't remember his name, but
All right. Cool.
he
but-
implemented
okay.
it.
Yeah, he implemented VAT. Where
and
where was that implemented?
It was first implemented in France
Okay.
in 1954.
Yeah.
It was a concept of a businessman.
Mm-hmm.
And VAT, for those of you who don't know what VAT is,
Yes.
it's called value added tax.
Right.
And VAT is a tax that's on spending on goods and services. When you spend on goods that you want
Right.
and on services that you want, well,
Yeah.
we don't have it right now, but in other countries,
Right.
you're taxed for that.
Okay. Kind of like a sales tax.
Well, yeah, like a sales tax.
Okay.
You're taxed.
Uh-huh.
And the government uses the businesses
Mm-hmm.
to collect money from us, the buyers, you the buyer.
Right.
Now, VAT in itself is described as a tax placed on goods and services. It's a value added tax
Right.
placed on goods and services as they pass through each stage of the production process.
All right.
So the glasses that you have on your face right now,
Yeah.
it passed through several stages of production.
Right.
At each stage of that production process, a tax was placed on those parts.
Okay.
So it's a system of give me more for what you want to profit from.
Yes.
You want to profit from it, I'm going to profit from you as well.
Okay. So the taxing businesses essentially.
Businesses are not being taxed. It's we're the ones that are being taxed. The governments use the businesses to
Yeah.
tax us.
Right.
Because remember, I don't know if you heard, they said that the businesses will receive their VAT money back.
They will. Okay.
Right. So we pay the final cost. Okay? So
Oh, okay.
now, if VAT is a tax
Yeah.
placed on value added to products
Yeah,
in
goods.
each stage of the production process,
Yeah.
I would like the public to consider this and ask themselves the question and ask your member of parliament this question.
Okay.
If the product has gone through the final production stage, right?
Right.
You now have the product.
Yeah.
Now, value is the parts. Every time you add something to the final product that you want,
Right.
that's a value. So the arm of your glasses, that's a value that was added to it.
Yeah.
And the person who made it was taxed on that, right? Now, you now have the glasses.
I have the
It's in the
glasses.
box.
Oh yeah.
And the distributor is ready to ship it to whoever wants to buy it.
Yeah.
All the value has already been placed in that glasses to cause you now to have that final product.
Yeah.
Now, I'm here in the Bahamas and I want to order 100 of those glasses.
Right.
I order them and I bring them into the country.
Yeah.
Customs duty says to me, in order for you to bring this into the country and sell it to somebody and make money from it, we want to charge you 25, give us 25% and you keep the rest.
Okay.
That's customs duty I pay.
Yeah.
Now, where does the value added tax come in? If all the value has already been placed into the glasses and I have the final product,
Right.
what other value is being placed on it saying that it has already completed the whole production stage?
Okay. Well, tell me.
There is no value. All the value has already been placed into it.
Yeah.
So the question is, why are you proposing on charging me a value added tax? All the value has already been added to this thing.
Yeah. Right. So essentially, you're saying it's already been taxed.
It's already been taxed.
Before it reaches you.
And the only tax I
So
think
why
I should
why
pay,
tax? Why tax us again?
right? The only tax I think I should pay is to bring it into the country to sell it.
Okay.
So that to me, it doesn't make any sense. So
Okay.
that's why I said it's a system of greed and it's evil.
Okay.
Because of because of the mindset. I want more, and I want more from you.
Yeah. But isn't it the business of the government to try and find ways to increase revenue?
Yes, it is the business of the government to find ways to increase revenue.
Okay.
Now, we have a whole lot that we can look at into all of this.
Okay. What's that?
You know human nature. We always want more, right?
Yeah. We achieve something and we look for something else.
And in most cases, we waste, which is the case with our government.
Okay.
From years ago, they were being warned by the IMF, hey, listen here.
International Monetary Fund.
Yes. You have to cut back on your borrowing. Cut back on your spending. Look at your expenditures versus your income. You need to do something with this. For years now. And now it has come to this situation where I understand we are in $5 billion in debt.
Okay.
And now everybody's scrambling around in a mad dash trying to figure out how we're going to deal with this, and then, so you know what, we just got to tax them some more.
Yeah.
We just got to tax them some more to get this thing done.
Okay.
I don't think that's fair on us, because we're not the ones that were making the decisions and spending money and wasting money and doing whatever with the money that has caused it to be ridiculously high in debt.
Okay, so you see it as some kind of bailout. Is that
it's a bailout.
Yeah.
And the reason why it's a bailout is because you have persons in the business community such as Mr. Roberts, Mr. Diaghiler, the Chamber of Commerce that formed a special body, Coalition for Responsible Taxation. All of these people are saying to the government, look here, let us hold on. This is not a good idea.
Wow.
We have alternative measures, alternative ways of collecting revenue.
Yeah.
Let us not go here.
All right. Now, with collecting revenue, doesn't that seem to be the issue? I mean, every Bahamian knows when people owe you money, it's hard to find them. They duck you. So, on the government level, in terms of collecting funds that are due, you have millions of dollars that are owed by large organizations or businesses, companies, and it could be as simple as national insurance. It could be BEC. The government has extreme difficulty collecting what's owed to it. So how is this going to be any different?
With the VAT?
Yeah. How would this be any different?
Well, that's something that we'll have to ask the relevant person to find out how is it going to be any different. I mean, if you don't collect what's already owed right now, what are you going to do? Write it all off and start afresh and come and pressure us? As I hear the VAT commissioner has so much authority and power. It's like he's like God. He can seize your assets. He can descend on your establishment without notice or do whatever he wants to do to collect.
Okay, now all of this is not based on an actual bill because no bill has been put forth yet. This is based really on information from a draft bill. Am I right?
Some interesting information.
Okay.
Which will answer that question you just asked.
Okay.
I'm going to use Grenada.
Yeah.
Grenada's government, they presented a white paper.
Okay, which is?
To the citizens, which states the government's intention and what they want to do.
Got it.
The white paper started off with the government saying, the government of Grenada has embarked on an economic and fiscal reform program aimed at restoring growth, achieving fiscal balance, poverty alleviation, and other critical issues of social development. So they start off by informing the public what they're about to do.
Right.
And in the conclusion, they said, in keeping with this government's commitment and obligation to be transparent and to consult with stakeholders on major policy issues, we are pleased to present this white paper on VAT for public dissemination and discussion.
Okay.
This paper outlines government's policies and proposals as contained in the VAT bill that are required for a successful implementation and efficient operation of VAT in Grenada. On behalf of the government of Grenada I take this opportunity to invite comments and feedback on this white paper so that we can make the necessary changes to the legislation before it is presented to Parliament for its second and third reading. To your recollection, Keith, you're somewhat in the media.
Yeah.
Have you heard anything from anywhere, from anyone saying that the government presented the public with a white paper?
No, I haven't heard anything as yet, no.
Grenada's government being a responsible one, they presented this white paper for, number one, public dissemination.
Right.
Number two, discussion.
Mm-hmm.
I have not received any white paper. I'm a part of the public.
Okay.
The people in Beantown have not received a white paper.
Yeah.
They're a part of the public, so they're supposed to receive it for discussion, to provide comments, feedback. We're not given that opportunity to provide any comments or any feedback. All we're getting is that we're implementing the VAT.
Okay, so you're saying it's being presented as if it's a done deal, as if this is what's going to happen, and that the public has not had an opportunity to even see and understand exactly what it entails from an official document, is what you're saying.
Except for some of the last year, the latter part of last year, except for those few town meetings that they had,
Yes, they did.
lecturing, I would say, or pushing their agenda on the public.
Okay.
Nothing else, to my knowledge, has been done to say, well, we want the public's input.
Okay, so, I mean, the name of your song is No VAT Tax, so it's pretty clear what your position is right now. You don't want the VAT tax.
I don't want the VAT tax.
At all.
At all, because, number one, the Inter-American Development Bank
Right.
conducted a study on the impact of VAT in the Bahamas.
Okay.
Their study concluded that if the VAT is implemented, it will cause poverty levels to increase,
Wow.
and it will cause persons to have less disposable income. For those of you who may not understand what disposable income means, it just simply means spare change
Yeah, extra money
in your pocket
to buy stuff.
Buy
Buy them Jordans,
Now, Keith,
them flat screen TVs. Yeah.
look at this. Two bad combinations. Poor people and broke people.
Right.
Poor people and broke people is no good for business.
Right.
So and the government acknowledges this because they talk about this social safety net that they will be implementing, which means that they're going to be pumping more money into social services.
Right.
And when hard times fall on you, you can go there for your handout. So they know, which means that they know and they understand based on the report of the IDB that this thing is real. Poverty will increase. People will have less spending money. Businesses will suffer because if I don't have money in my pocket to say, you know what, I feel like going to purchase an iPod, and the businessman, he brings his iPod in with the VAT tax on top of that, and the price is so high,
Yeah.
it sits on the shelf.
Right.
It doesn't move along with other products because poor people and broke people are around. They don't even window shopping. Sooner or later, the business will have to close because he cannot continue to absorb the cost.
Okay. I understand your position.
Look, my mother and dad did not come all the way from Haiti to
Yeah.
the Bahamas
Yeah.
to raise me and my siblings so it can come to this
Right.
situation the same as in Haiti.
Wow.
No, man. So this is what it's going to come to. We already see what it's doing to the other Caribbean islands. Why would you want to implement a system that hurts? It's supposed to be a system that will raise revenue for the government. They will get it initially,
Right.
but after a few months, when businesses can no longer find that big lump sum and mess up their cash flow to collect their stuff from customs,
Right.
and sales is moving very slow, they still have to pay the rent and staff. That business will have to shut down. And imagine a couple hundred businesses having to shut down because they're experiencing the same thing. people are not coming into the stores to buy.
Yeah.
But what they're doing, they're going online
Yeah.
and they're bringing it in through the famous shipping place.
Yeah.
Boy, you should have seen those lines in December, boy. Boy, like, I was like, motherfucker, but they could have been customers at our store, man.
Wow, going
You see all them
online,
people?
ordering it, shipping it into the country. Yeah, that harms local businesses as well. All right, let's just take a break, play the single so that people can get a feel for what it's about, and we'll talk a bit more about the song, about you're doing a music video shoot later today. Okay, so we want people to know about that as well, and really talk a little bit about some alternatives, man. You know, if you have some ideas, you know, let's share them. Okay. So let's just jump right into it right now. You got Vat Tax, No Vat Tax, right here on Inspiration with Keith, Mr. J featuring Eman and DeAndre. Keep it right where it's at, folks.
Boy, you ain't never that new tax come on ringing, eh?
What tax you talking about, boy?
Vat, boy?
What is VAT, boy?
Wait, that's a new tax I hear they were bringing, boy? Why, yeah, when they bring it in, boy, you must everything going up, boy? Wait, I hear light going up.
What?
Wait, I hear gas going up.
What?
I hear food going up. Bread going up. Wait, I hear even your rent might go up too, boy?
Oh, boy, I can't even pay rent now, boy. What they dealing with, boy? Government joking on this road, boy.
No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no.
Man, their costs are living high, almost high like the sky. People can't find no money to get the things they want buy. Man, so much hungry people, man, y'all know that ain't no lie. Great Commission Ministry, boy, y'all know that's really try. They be feeding them hungry people, man, that can really make you cry. When you see all them people, boy, man, you gotta wonder why. How come so much people toting line? Man, that's a sign. But things rough on your way, y'all know things ain't fine.
No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no.
Gas could go up, light could go up, you ain't seen nothing drop. I'm like, yo, rice could go up, bread could go up, and that might never stop. Wait, haircut could go up, shape of it go up. We done paid enough, you see? Our brain going up too. Wait, things run, y'all gonna be rough. This insurance kind up, mortgage kind up, and your car loan too. Wait, plenty boys can lose money, boy. I know what they can do. Man, plenty people get fired, boy. Just hope and pray that you. Man, hey, they be thieving and wasting up the money, man. That's why we in this new.
No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no.
Boy, listen, yo. They were brought 15% on us. Say they need more money to pay off the national debt. Say the gambling ain't gone through. That's why we getting liquid the VAT. Well, if they need more money, they need to start collecting all them outstanding taxes. And all the money people owe them, they need to collect them too. Huh? Plus, they need to tax the rich and not the poor. That's why the rich could afford to pay more. All them concessions and things, they need to stop that. Huh? Y'all in here with the IMF saying, that's too much giveaway. Tax and spend, tax and spend. They need to cut back, man, and stop spending. Start saving, man. Stop playing.
No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no. No back tax. No. No back tax. Oh, no.
There you have it, folks. Inspiration with Keith on Island FM 102.9, islandfmonline.com. That's No Vat Tax by Mr. J featuring Eman and DeAndre. That's an official premiere here on today's show. So I have Mr. J here in studio, man, and we've been rapping a little bit about this VAT tax thing, man, and it's really interesting, man, how you were speaking about Grenada and the steps that they were doing, the process to approve it for their nation, and how they've already had 2 readings. And they're going over a third reading even.
Oh, we haven't had the first reading in Parliament yet.
And yet there's talk to
implement July 1st, 2014.
On July 1st. And one thing that I can say, just from traveling around town and just talking to different people who own businesses, and a lot of people are really concerned. A lot of people who, it looks, at least from the outside, that they're doing well.
That's what it
financially.
Looks like.
They're incredibly concerned about what this will mean for their businesses and for their employees. It's a really interesting thing. So it'll be great to get some more information. You know what I'm saying? So hey, if there's anyone out there from the government that wants to come on the show and shed some light on this, man, you are welcome to do so. But right now, we're talking to Mr. J about why it shouldn't be implemented.
Yeah, this is why I'm totally against
and your song.
I'm
no
totally
VAT tax.
against it. I'm totally against it because the IDB, they said that it will cause poverty to increase and it will cause people to have less disposable income.
Right.
And also, if you look around the other Caribbean islands that have implemented VAT.
Okay. Such as
St. Kitts.
Okay.
There's a documentary online on YouTube concerning St. Kitts.
Do you have the name of that documentary?
I don't remember it, man, but you can just type St. Kitts VAT documentary or something to that effect, and it should come up.
Yeah.
And they were business persons and citizens, they were being interviewed.
Right.
And they were saying how hard it has been with the VAT. One particular businessman, he was saying that his family, they used to go out and dine. They don't do that anymore. The majority of the restaurants are just almost completely dead. It's not robust with activity anymore because the prices are too high.
Okay.
And the most recent case, which I think is the worst of all the Caribbean islands, is Barbados. If Barbados government held their word, last week Wednesday, they would have fired 2,000 government employees.
Wow.
And they have VAT at 17.5%. Now remember, VAT is supposed to be a revenue generator.
Yes.
If it's that high, you're supposed to be generating a whole lot of revenue.
True.
But it's not happening. They have to employ extreme measures. March of this year, Barbados is getting ready to fire another 1,000 because the IMF recommended that they fire at least 3,000 government workers.
Right. Well, let me ask you, when it comes to the IMF, right? I mean, what do they have to do with it? I mean, they're just consulting.
Well, the IMF
is that all they're doing?
The International Monetary Fund.
Yeah.
They lend money to countries.
Right.
And they monitor you and see how you're doing, how your economy is coming along and what is your debt and that sort of stuff and your income or whatever have you.
Right.
And they make recommendations to you if they see that you're almost getting into the red or close to the red area where, it's not safe for you to be borrowing so much because, you're unable to service your debt properly, which is going to cause your credit rating to be dropped. And when a country's credit rating is dropped, they would borrow at a higher interest rate.
Right.
And so that is what has been happening with a lot of countries. And
they're borrowing from the IMF?
Yeah, from the IMF.
Okay, cool.
And the IMF, when they have to put their hand in it, they place extreme austere measures. That is what they did to Jamaica. I was watching an interview with Manley, and he was describing how he went to the IMF to bail out Jamaica out of a certain amount of debt, and he wanted a certain amount of time for him to pay this debt, and the IMF gave him
Yeah.
a certain time limit,
Yeah.
and he was trying to get them to work with them. They didn't want to work with him. They said, that's your problem. You just need to meet our demands.
Yeah.
So they placed demands, ridiculous demands on countries
To pay off debt
to pay off debt
after giving them the money.
after giving them the money,
Hmm.
because he who has the goal,
Make the rules. Or the Bible say borrower is servant to the lender.
servant to the lender. And that's
That's
what's
really-
been happening with a lot of countries.
Okay, so you essentially you chose to do the song to raise awareness
To raise awareness,
of what's going on.
yes.
And you're doing a lot of these campaigns, man. Like with your music, it's almost like it's a really proactive stance. I don't see many musicians champion causes like
They
this.
need to get on board, because we all have to live in this country. We live off each other.
Yeah.
Every human being, we survive off each other.
Yeah,
If we have poor people in the country, like some of our Caribbean brothers and sisters,
yeah,
it's very, very difficult to realize anything.
Yeah.
It's very difficult to achieve anything. It's very difficult to build a future that you want, because if you don't have the money, according to the scriptures, money answered all things,
All things,
pertaining to what's going on this earth.
True.
If you don't have the money to do it, your life is basically stuck. And it's real.
Right.
We see it's real because it happens in other Caribbean islands
yeah.
and other countries around the world.
That's interesting. That's really interesting, man. So you're gonna have something later on today. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I'm doing the final shoot scene for the music video No Vat Tax. I did
Okay.
one yesterday. I've been doing the shoots from it's about a month now.
Okay.
My final shoot scene is today on Rawson Square
Nice.
at 3:00, and I'm inviting the public to come out, to be a part, to be in the video. Okay, come.
Yeah. When you say
and-
be a part, you can be in
no,
the video.
don't stand on the side to come look.
Right,
I
right.
want you to come and be in the video.
Right.
Come shake up and dance up with us
Okay.
in the video.
Yeah. That's funny. Shake up and dance up. Because you don't play, baby, Mr. J.
Listen here.
You don't play, man.
You coming today at 3:00 on Rawson Square and being in the video,
yeah.
you will be representing yourself. You will be representing your future, your prosperity.
Yeah.
You will be representing your children's future, their prosperity, your children's future.
Yeah.
Because if VAT is implemented, we don't know how long VAT will be here to stay.
Right. Right.
We don't know after it's implemented if it's going to be increased, like how Barbados is proposing to increase their VAT rate.
Wow.
We don't know that. So
Yeah.
we don't know what the future holds for us. A clear example is that is when they said that there would be no VAT levied on electricity.
Yes.
And then
yes.
the following week, Mr. Ishmael Lightburn came on the news, and he said that VAT, 15% VAT will have to be levied on electricity because it was too generous of the government not to tax it, because that would be $30 million that they would be missing out on. So if you can say something and then come back and change your mind, what else is there? What else will you change your mind on? We
I
don't
get it.
know what the future holds for us with this tax. So if you are concerned about your future, about your prosperity, about your success, your advancement in your own country, and not have to try and run to the US or Canada to try and make it, you need to make it out this afternoon on Rawson Square at 3:00 and come and be in this video. There's no more time to be skinning your teeth and grinning your teeth shy and scared. This is the time to stand up and represent yourself.
Yeah.
Only one person have represented the cause of the Bahamian people in that house was Mr. Greg Moss, who said that he's voting no on the VAT. No other MP has said a word, a peep, a crack, nothing. So if you care about yourself, if you care about your country, if you care about your children, come out to Rawson Square this afternoon. Represent for yourself and let us come together as one body, one voice to make a statement to our leaders that we need y'all to listen to us. Listen to the other people who are saying there are other alternatives. We do not have to go down this route.
Right.
Listen to them, sit down with them, compare the plans, and make the best choice. Vat is not the best choice. Ask Barbados, ask St. Kitts, ask St. Lucia, ask Trinidad. Go and ask them. Ask Turks and Caicos why they said they are not implementing the VAT. They are not doing it.
Yeah. Man,
So,
this is some
wise
serious
up.
stuff, man. This is some serious stuff, man. But hey, man, it's always great to have you on, man. Any closing thoughts, bro?
Yeah, I just want to say to the pastors out there,
Yeah.
you who the government is scouting to brainwash you about this VAT, you all...
Now, when you say brainwashing, man, see,
Yeah.
man, Mr. J, okay, you did it again, man. What do you mean when you say brainwashing? What you mean by that, man? I mean,
Because-
how could someone in the government brainwash pastors, man?
Yeah, see-
what do you mean by that?
Remember now, they're pushing an agenda.
Okay.
Mr. Halkitis, Mr. Christie, all are saying they're moving forward with the VAT.
Yeah.
So if you're pushing an agenda, you will not give any information that's counteractive to what your agenda is.
Okay.
Because you now will start to cause people to think and doubt and question.
Yeah.
And when that start to happen, that will cause a rift in your agenda.
Okay.
So all of you ministers that were there at Golden Gates Assembly, at Bishop Ross Davis's church, with the Bahamas VAT implementation unit brainwashing you about the VAT, to tell you that the VAT is good, that it's a fairer system of taxation. So you could go back now to your churches and try and calm your members or brainwash your members or silence your members with your influence. Like they say, don't do it.
Don't do it. All right. I hear you. Bro, thank you for coming on. All I can say is just thank you for coming on, man. I just say thank you for coming on, man. And, you got to keep us updated on what's going on with that. Looking forward to the music coming out. I know you've been having some trouble getting your music videos aired on some television stations here in the country, man. So I pray that breaks through for you and you're able to get your music videos and your message out to the people.
Yeah, well, this system of oligarchy in this country, it really needs to stop.
Yeah.
And everybody in this country that lives in this country deserves a fair shot at expressing themselves and promoting what they're doing. Once it's decent, in order, it's not defaming anybody's character.
Yeah.
They deserve a fair opportunity so the public can see what they want to display.
Okay.
All right, so no Vat Tax, y'all. It's gonna be bad, like the other party said. It's gonna be bad.
All right. Well, thank you very much for coming on, Mr. J. Like I said, look, folks. Anyone in support of Vat Tax from the government or the unit that wants to come on Inspiration with Keith. Anyone who wants to come on and share their view, share their perspective for the VAT tax, you're more than welcome. Just hit us up at the station. Come on down. We're just trying to get the information out to the people. So thank you so much again, Mr. J, for coming on.
Talk to us. That's all we're saying.
There you go. Let's talk. Let's get a dialogue going. Let's see exactly what's happening, not only for Bahamians here today, but for the future of the Bahamas. Okay. God bless you, Mr. J. Thank you once again.
Thank you very much.
No VAT Tax, featuring Iman and DeAndre, folks. Keep it locked right where it's at. This is Inspiration with Keith.
It's good to be in the islands, be in the islands, be in the islands.